I think there's three decisions that people make every moment of their life. Now, I'm not saying they make them consciously. If you make them unconsciously, you have the same patterns over and over again, and usually they're not good ones. I learned these really because I had an experience when I was 11 years old. My fourth father got fired, and we had no money and no food. We were always poor, but I mean, we wouldn't have starved. We had saltine crackers and peanut butter. But when everybody else around you was having a big Thanksgiving dinner, it was pretty depressing. And my mom and dad were saying things to each other that once you say them, you can't take them back. And I have a younger brother, 5 years younger, and a younger sister, 7 years younger. So I felt like the parent almost. I'm trying to protect them. I'm only 11 years old. And what changed my life is this bang on the door. I go open the door, and there's this guy, big guy with groceries in both hands. And he had a pot on the ground with an uncooked turkey. And he looks at me and says, "Is your father here?" And I'm like, just one moment. I'm just like, this to me was like Christmas, right? That's going to stop the fighting. It's going to be incredible. So I go to my father and I say, "Dad, there's somebody at the door for you." And he's yelling at my mom through the closed door that she slammed on him. I had this level of excitement, like little boy excitement, like this is going to be the greatest thing. And my dad opens the door, and I'll never forget the look on his face. He got angry, which shocked me. And he said to the man, "We don't accept charity," before the guy even said anything. He went to slam the door, and the guy had leaned in slightly, so it hit his shoulder and it bounced off of him. Sure, I'm just the delivery guy. Somebody knows you're having a tough time. Everyone has a tough time, and they just want you to have a great Thanksgiving with your family. My father says, "We don't accept charity." He goes to slam it again, but his foot came in, hit his foot, and bounced open again. And the guy looks at him and says something. I thought my father was going to punch him in the face. He said, "Sir, don't make your family suffer because of your ego." And the veins of my father's side of his neck were like this. His feet red. I thought for sure he was going to punch the guy. And then all of a sudden his shoulders dropped, like defeated. He took the groceries, he slammed them on the ground, slammed the door, didn't even pick up the turkey, and didn't say thank you. And shortly after that, he left our family, which to me at the time was the worst experience of my life. So I submitted, these are the three decisions that I think everyone makes every moment. First, what are you going to focus on? You're going to be focusing on my story. I'll be focusing on the next question you're going to ask. You're going to be focusing on how your stomach feels. There's a million things you could focus on, but we don't experience life. And so the bottom line, I know my father and I had a different experience because we had different focuses that day. I was focused on his food. You know, what a concept. This is cool. He was focused on that he had not taken care of his family. And I know that because he said it about 20 times under his breath. And my mother echoed it. The second decision, the minute you focus on something, your brain has to decide, what does it mean? And meaning is what creates emotion. And emotion is where your life is. The quality of your life is the quality of your emotions. If you got $1 billion and every day you're pissed off and angry, your life's quality is called pissed off and angry. If his focus and then his meaning, that was the worst part. The meaning he gave it was that he was worthless and didn't belong here. And that usually leads to the third decision, which is, what are you going to do? If you think they're dissing you, you're going to have a very different emotional reaction than if you think they're coaching you or loving you. And then, of course, that's going to change what decision you make. Because if you're angry, you're going to make a different decision than if you're playful or generous. So those three decisions control our lives. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. We don't experience life. None of us do. We experience the life we focus on. So in any moment, what's wrong is always available. So is what's right. So it's not about being positive. It's about being intelligent. I can always be upset about something. I can always find something to be joyous or at least grateful for, which leads to joy. And I think it's having that, learning to discipline your disappointments, not allow them to grow and to move on and to use whatever life is giving you.